So who gets to define equality in the United States? Should it be Donald Trump? Seriously? Subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments. Hey, Kenyatta, what's on your mind today?
Hi, Tom. You had a caller that a while back, and there was some discussion about North Korea. And in your response, you had mentioned that Kim Jong-un had pretty much gotten what he wanted in terms of being on the world stage and basically publicity. And you said, you made the statement equal to the United States.
Yeah. Well, not as a country, but as a leader to leader, that he is perceived, particularly by the dictators of the world. Here's how you get to be as high status as Donald Trump is. Essentially, that's what I was trying to say.
I wanted to pick your brain on this a little bit.
Go for it.
Now, because as a country equal to the United States, then, I think you would agree that we are all the sum total of our life experiences, and we see life through that lens. Would you agree with that?
Sure.
Okay, I see life through the lens of a black male in this country. And I've always heard the word for half a century, equality, being equal. I still hear it. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering, who decides what is it and what's equal, and equal to whom? For instance, let's take North Korea and the United States. Equal, would it be in illiteracy, which we rank in the lowest of the industrialized nations in? Would it be in mass shootings, which we are number one in? Would it be in gun deaths, infant mortality, geopolitical adventurism, voter fraud? Who decides what's equal, Tom?
Well, what I was trying to say is that there is an equivalence. The reason why Barack Obama would not meet with Kim or most other dictators in the world, and frankly, neither would George W. Bush, and neither would have his father, neither would have Ronald Reagan with Kim's father and grandfather. No president would have met face to face with the Korean dictator, is because you are elevating them while you are lowering yourself by suggesting that there is an equivalence, essentially a status equivalence between the president of the United States and the dictator of North Korea. That's what I was trying to say, Kenyatta. With regard to who gets to decide, I mean, God only knows.
Yeah, no, I understand that, Tom. And you're a man that as you know, I have great respect for. That's why I'm asking the question. But I think we can agree that were it not for his nuclear weapons, none of this would be happening. And you have to understand that's the lens he's looking at it through.
Oh, yeah. And that's why Kim's never going to give up his nukes. I mean, what Donald Trump said by meeting with Kim, the message that Donald Trump communicated to, Musharraf or whatever his name is, the guy who's running Pakistan, which is nuclear armed, is don't ever give up your nuclear weapons. You will only be taken seriously if you're nuclear armed. The message that he communicated to Mohammed bin Salman, the dictator of Saudi Arabia, was you better get some nuclear weapons. In fact, the message he communicated to every single tin pot dictator, whether it's Kazakhstan or whether it's, pick your country, right? Countries that you've never heard of. Every single tin pot dictator in the world now knows that at least as long as Donald Trump is president, if they want to be taken seriously on the world stage, if they want to get bennies, if they want to, Trump they just announced, and I haven't heard all the details, but I saw the Chiron on the news just a few minutes ago, breaking news. Trump is killing off the South Korean U.S. annual joint exercises, which he already postponed, last year as a consequence of the Singapore meeting. And so if you want the United States not only to recognize you, not only to acknowledge you, not only to elevate you on the world stage and tell everybody how wonderful you are, even if you murder journalists or even if you murder American citizens who stole a poster in a hotel, which is what Otto Warmbier did. He took a poster with a picture of Kim off the wall and stuck it in his suitcase. That's what they killed him for. That if you do that and you have nuclear weapons, Donald Trump will suck up to you. That's bizarre.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's some interesting days ahead.
Yes. And I would submit to you, Kenyatta, that this is not just a breach of protocol. This is not just a stupid mistake. This is not just bad foreign policy. This is insane foreign policy. This is one of the worst things that a president of the United States could ever do because of its impact on all these smaller countries, particularly the kleptocracies, where, now all you need is a small nuclear power plant or even a nuclear reactor that was designed for medical purposes, which are ubiquitous. I mean, they're all over the world. All you need is, if you can enrich that uranium, you are in Fat City. And it is just so wrong.